Yo, 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 and we are live again. Hello, everybody. So let's jump into it. Today, we have a very special guest. In fact, it's a friend of mine that I only know very, very recently, less than probably a month. And we are going to get her to share a bit of her experience in her business, which is, I think, what most people want to do, which is something that she's passionate about. And she managed to also make some profit out of it. So me and Dan are going to ask her some questions today, as always. But I just want to share that the reason why I got her on is because personally, when we go out for a chat, I felt like, oh, there's a lot of things that people can hear. There are lots of challenges that I ask her about, and I think it's very common for people who are starting out something, especially when it's something that you're so passionate about. But what do you do when people might not be as supportive, etc.? We all go through those journeys, so it's going to be some interesting stories to share. So I want to welcome you, Veena, to the show. So hello.
Hi
How
everyone.
are you
Yes.
doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm Veena. Yeah.
Good.
So yeah.
Is it your first time doing this sort of things live?
Yeah, on YouTube is it? Yeah, first time.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, there's always a first time. So, but don't worry, we got you covered. You'll be fine.
Yeah, being
Yeah,
an entrepreneur is also about acquiring new experiences in things like being modern entrepreneur is also about acquiring experience in public speaking online, right? So YouTube, Facebook Lives, and other stuff like that.
exactly. Yeah, we learn so much about speaking just by going online. You understand the pace, you understand what people want to listen, etc. So I'm sure we will have lots of fun. That is for sure. So before we start off by asking you lots and lots of questions, I just wonder, Veena, do you want to just share a bit about who you are? What do you do at the moment, just so that people can learn more about you?
Okay. So, hello everyone. Okay. So I'm from Malaysia. I'm currently an MSc student in Imperial College, doing cardiovascular and respiratory healthcare. So before that, I have a bachelor degree in medicine in Shanghai, so Shanghai University of Traditional Chinese Medicine, and I used to be a clinical researcher in Shanghai as well. Yeah, but I'm now in London, so I just came to London like last month to continue my master's. And yeah, so about my business, I've started my business, which is with Usana last year, and this is like 1 year from so this is like I've like done it for like a year long. Yeah.
Your anniversary. Yeah. And you made some really good results out of it, right? Like I remember when we went out for a talk and I see that you are very active on your Instagram, just sharing your experience, etc. And I think what intrigued me is how much passion and how much conviction you have in what you're doing. And I think that's the most important thing that I observe, which is you just like trust it so much and you believe in the benefits so much that you are able to not just do something that makes you happy, but more importantly can help someone else as well, and you genuinely see some of your clients benefits, and that I think fulfills you. We even talk about this to say, would this be something you want to do going forward for your career? And you actually said, yes, this is something that I'm ready to devote myself into for a really, really long time. And I think when we talk about passion, this is what we're talking about. Most people are looking for that thing that can sustain for a very, very long period of time. So we just want to explore that a bit more. But I've no doubt that although we do sort of show you, like there's some questions that we might ask, but I'm going to explain, to explore. Zeng, myself and Dan would have some questions, and we might go a bit off script, but we like to ask some really tough questions sometimes, but absolutely nothing you need to worry about, because I trust you can handle it all well. So let me kick off. The first thing is, why do you choose to start a business in what you're doing at the moment? Like, what is the reason why? Why did you not want to go to a job, for example, like most people do? Why choose to do your own thing?
So as I mentioned before, right, I used to be a clinical researcher in Shanghai, but like the pandemic has like totally changed my life. So I was being stranded in Malaysia for a year long. While being in Malaysia, I still continue to work as a practitioner in clinics. And during my practice, I have like found that there's a lot of like abuse and misuse of like supplements and detox products like in the community. And also like my patients, they always come to me and ask like if I can take this, or they are come to me with like the wrong products, or products with like undisclosed drugs, exaggerated effects and everything. So this is the time that I think that maybe I have to look into the supplement and also like the products in the market, because I know that from my experience, a right and balanced nutrition is like it's really can help my patients to to recover quickly, and also like to help them to have a better like quality of life. So I was like searching in the market and I looked for a brand that I can trust. Okay, so this is the time when I found like this product which is Susana, and I found like it's quite trustworthy. So I started to share it with my friend and my patients. But at first, I only consider myself as like consumer, so I don't really like think of like to start a business, because because I have this ego and pride at the time. I think that I have a good degree, a degree that can open my doors to other opportunities. So why do I need to start a business? Why do I need to do network marketing? Yeah, but what really changed my mind is that what happened last year. Yeah, this is where I started to work in clinics with a private like healthcare groups. This is where I have to face reality. So, so as you know, like maybe some of you might not know that working as a doctor, you have your own KPI as well. So sometimes we have to like, in order to reach our KPI, we have to like prescribe treatment to our patients, which they might not need it. So I feel like that's totally against my will. And because when I was young, I want to become a doctor, because I think I want to make difference in others' life, right? So this is like totally against my will. So I have like a very deep conversation with my parents. I say like, I don't really like it, because I feel like I'm not treating them. I'm like giving them like extra burden because of the cost and everything. So my parents talked to me and said, oh, maybe you can start a business. But
So your parents actually gave you
yeah,
the suggestion. Okay.
yeah, but they're like giving a lot of like, suggestions, like you can do like online consultations on everything, like you can do your own weight patch and everything. But at the time, actually I have a dream. So my dream, like deep down, I want to complete my master's in research. So I have this dilemma that I think like at the age of 25, am I too young to start a business, or am I too old to chase a new dream? Yeah. So so I started to think like maybe there's something that I can do, like something that I can do it anytime, anywhere, like whenever I go I can do it, and something like is health related, and also something that is with low startup and you don't have to stock up. So then when I look into like Usana, the platform, I think like, oh, it's like an answer to my prayers. It's like something I can do, like a plan B for me. So that's the time where I really like started the to like really treat it as a business. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Okay, do you feel yourself more of a doctor now, or more of an entrepreneur?
I would say I am a healthpreneur.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, there's a new term, right? Healthpreneurs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
because I'm doing a consultation as well, but based on their conditions. Yeah, and yeah.
But I really like what you just said about am I too young to start a business or am I too old to chase a new dream? It's like that's exactly what I think most people are thinking, at our age, which is like, do I go on this path that I'm already on, or do I choose a completely different thing and start from scratch? Be willing to let go of what got you to where you are today and start something completely new, something challenging, something a bit scary. It's like, and then it's easier to just go back and do what you initially thought you would do, right? Because there's a blueprint there to follow, but it's not easy when you're going to start something new. So I love that. That's like a great way of quoting it. So yeah, very good. Dan, do you want to ask the a question?
Yeah, so like I wanted to ask a question about network marketing, because like you know, I know that in other countries the culture of network marketing is slightly different, but in Poland, network marketing has quite bad rep, reputation. Like people, when people hear of network marketing, the first word that comes to their mind is scam. So
Yes.
maybe
It is.
it used to be a scam, but now it's more of like not a scam, but more of like people think of, okay, they know that right now it's more of like there are some people who are making real good money out of network marketing, but it takes time to get there. But the other thing that they associate it with is like overhyped product. So like
Mhm.
when we meet with very often when we meet someone from network marketing company, these people say like, oh yeah, this product is like life changing, it will change your life around. And also the other thing is like very pushy sales style, I would say. And can you tell us more about how does it look from your perspective with the company that you work with?
Mhm. Like actually, before that, I have this stigma as well, like about network marketing. As like when someone told me about network marketing, I was like, no, 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 like it's totally not completely like no for me. So, but what I really look into is the product itself. So I was like searching for like products, and this is the products that I when I go to their background and research and everything, I feel like the idea and the way they design the products and the R&D and the research itself is like very trustworthy. And also like because I'm doing both like Chinese medicine and also Western medicine, and when I look into the research in the products, it's like there's a combination of both, which is same as my from my experience and everything. So I choose the products because of the products itself, and not because of the company or because of the it's like network marketing. I'm quite open on new things. Yeah, I think I know that people might have like a lot of like prejudice, like stigma on network marketing. So when I started to share like these products to my friends or family, they were like I did receive a lot of rejections at first. Yeah, but when I tried the products on myself and my patients, they really have a lot of like good feedbacks. Yeah, but rejections is like it's yeah at first it's like I received like hundreds and hundreds of rejections at first. Yeah, when I started to like really want to make it a business. Yeah.
Yeah, like rejection is part of everyone's entrepreneurial journey, so it's not
Mm,
something special when it comes to network marketing. But yeah, like I get your view. Like I think that it will take some few years for network marketing to change its reputation in Poland, because like, you know, like old school culture of network marketing did great harm to this branch. I can like, I know that network marketing is not something for me, but I recognize it as a way for entrepreneurship for some people who just, you know, are good in networking, but maybe they don't have skills of, I don't know, innovation for their like own product, for designing their product or service. So it's better for them to, you know, sell someone else's product and get some know-how from someone, instead of, you know, building everything from scratch, right?
Yes.
Zain, any question from you?
No, I was surprised to hear that, obviously, because me and her had a chat on this previously, and I knew where she was coming from. But I think what is worth people understanding is that these rejections that you have, people's traditional view of what network marketing is, etc. And then you said you had hundreds of people who ask you like, oh, what are you doing, etc., etc. How do you overcome that and not let that drag you down? Because most people would just give up because they just like, oh, maybe I'm wrong, maybe they're right, maybe it's me, it's not them. If everyone tells me the same thing, it must be me who got this wrong. How did you overcome that and find the conviction inside you to go through this?
Well, like, can you imagine like you receive like more than 10 rejections in a day? Yeah, because it's like I'm like an excellent student at school when like since young. But when I started to like start this business, I have to like actively share the products. Okay, so this is the time where I received the rejections more than ever. It's like I never received so many like rejections and I turned down in my life. But yeah, so but I told myself that when you get into a new job, right, there's always a probation period. So I told myself like, okay, I'll give myself a six months time, and I really like try my best, like all out. So in this business and see like how far I can go. Yeah, and then I slowly realized that rejections is like, they say no because it's not because you're not good or because there's something wrong with you, but mostly it's because the unfamiliarity is that they are unfamiliar with what you are talking about. So most of the people, they will just like shut down. Like they said, okay, no, I don't want to understand. Like, yeah. So they just reject because they don't understand what are like doing, and they have like no trust on the thingy. Yeah, but when you like continue to do your stuff, and then and like after a year, like someone that reject me at first, they slowly like they understand what I'm doing, and I'm doing it like not like on the right, in the right way. Like I'm not like that pushy, or I'm not like exaggerate the effects just to like get my sales or everything. Like I'm truly like sharing something that there will benefits to their health, and I'm not like ask them to like buy a lot of stuff that they don't need. Okay, so they know that I'm doing it like properly with my professional with my profession, so that they're slowly like, okay, they can accept it. And someone they even like got like, oh, can you like get me this and that? I want to try this and that. Like, but it really takes like a year to change others' perspective, because everyone's like observing you, and they want to see like you're doing it like the way you do it. Yeah.
I really like what you said about you know, learning how to take rejection, and you mentioned education here, and I think that's the whole problem with when with us, let's say, when we enter the real adult world and we start working for our own account. The thing is that, you know, we might learn something about selling, about marketing, etc., etc. And then very often we will do just according to the standards that we've learned about, right? And then we have an expectation, just as in school, that if we do something according to the standards that we have learned, according to some guidelines that we have learned, then we will get an A, right? Just as in school. But the reality is that you might do everything according to the guidelines, everything according to the standards, and still you might fail because you are not dealing with someone checking your piece of work according to the standards. You are dealing with a person who is driven by the emotions, and it's hard, it's sometimes it's very hard to influence those person's emotions. And that's why, you know, educational system around the world does not prepare us, didn't prepare us, does not prepare younger generations for the adult life, and rejections that we get, they will get, right?
Yeah. And what I like about what you said is it reminds me of, I recently see another post as well from a friend saying that because obviously I'm into the coaching space, etc. And I see some friends, and Dan, you would not be unfamiliar with this, which is they just say, oh, how this is all a scam. Like, oh, they just charge you lots of money and tell you some BS. They just like, oh, do something free, and then they sell you something at the end, etc. And I just thought to myself that when I see it, I have to admit I did take it quite personally, because obviously I am into those kind of stuff. I love learning all those things. It's really hard when you look at that and you don't think to yourself, you don't question yourself and go, like maybe it's me. But then I realized that it's quite important to know that you just do things your way and they just do it their way, and that's it. It doesn't matter whether they agree with you or not. It doesn't matter whether they disagree with you or not. If they agree with you, it just means that you guys might be on the same path. You're destined to do more things together. If they're not, you're just not, and you just respect what they think is the right case. But for me, as long as you know the reason why we are doing what we're doing, the rest doesn't really matter that much. You know, it's like I just need to know that I made a post on Instagram recently to say, I know I'm doing all these things for what I want in the future, and this is just my way of doing it. And I don't want to talk about it that much. I probably don't want to even spend a lot of time convincing you. I'm going to show you the results with my level of conviction. That's it. And I think as someone who is like, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you start a side hustle or a business, it's like you have to have so much certainty in yourself to know that it doesn't matter whether everyone agree with me or not. If I know I can do it, I'll find every single way possible to make that happen. So it's good. That's really good. Would you say that rejection is one of the most challenging thing that you have found in your sort of, let's just say a career in your business so far? Would you say that is the biggest challenge, or is there something else?
Before that, yes, rejections is the lesson that I definitely have to learn. Yeah. But the most recent challenge is like because I've moved to London, so I have to work on different time zone. Yeah. And time management is definitely the biggest challenge now. Yeah, because I have like associates from different countries. I have like associates from Australia, from Singapore, from Malaysia, and from Ireland, from like different every parts in the world. So I think like dealing with time zone and like time management and self-discipline is the recent challenge that I have to like learn and like overcome. Yeah. But
So
the good thing is that everything is online and like being virtual. So yeah. And because of being virtual, like I can like bring my business to a whole like new demographic, right? Everyone like can tune in and like be on the meeting. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah.
I just want to point out one thing, which is when we talk about challenge, and then you talk about the challenge, and immediately you go into, but there's a way to get around this, and because of X, Y, and Z. And I know it's such a subtle thing, but it's so important because most people would just go, oh, this is a challenge. And it's like, okay, so what are you going to do about it? And then they're just like, they just see the challenge, but they don't see the good side that comes out of it, or they don't see the way to address it. And I think that is what makes your business successful, because you just go, I don't look at there's this thing, but I just look at what are the ways to get over it, and that's it. Right? You don't get stuck in that thing forever and ever, and then just go, oh, that's a challenge, oh, that's a challenge. Just like, whatever. So yeah, that's just something to point out. It's like, that was where I wanted to head towards. That's why we asked this question, because we want to help people to get resourceful, but you just went there straight away. So observable behavior. Dan, you want to ask the next question?
Yeah, definitely. So what was the happiest moment of your entrepreneurial journey so far?
Well, I get to know a lot of people, and I get to work with a lot of people that I never thought that I will be working with them in my life. Yeah, from different backgrounds. And this is like the happiest thing, I think, like the most exciting moment. It's like because we are working on the same goal, and then it's like we are sharing the same vision, and yeah, and I'm like learning a lot from them, and like I can like share my experience with them as well. And this is like, I feel like it's quite like exciting. Yeah. And I have like more than around like 20 associates now, and we have like mompreneurs and young professionals, and also like a lot of like artists and youngsters. And I always like told them like the business, that this is not a competitions. It's like no matter how fast or slow you go in this business, it's like never forget why you started. So we work hard, okay? We make money. We do it for ourselves. That's not life. Yeah. But if we go out and we seek like people that needs our help, okay, maybe their health is really bad, or they're spending like money into like, scam products, or maybe their livelihood is really bad. So if we can help them, and I share the positive vibes with them, or share the opportunities with them, I think like this is when we live. Yeah. So that's like, it's really exciting.
Very philosophical.
Yeah, like, I get your point. Like, I really enjoy working with people as well, and that's what's sometimes is missing for me in my business, because like I'm so early in the stage that I cannot afford to employ a lot of people, but at the end, when it comes to working with my clients, part of the benefit that I give my client is that they don't have to spend too much on what I do for them. So sometimes I limit my contact with my client to bare minimum, and I speak with them like once a month. Sometimes it is what it is. So yeah, I get your point.
Very nice. Very nice. What is a lesson that you have learned in your business that can also be applied to your personal life?
I think it's communication skill. Yeah, because back then I was a practitioner, so I only talk when I need to talk. So I don't care about your life. Okay, of course I care about your life, but like I don't really like. Okay, I just patients just come in, and I like take everything, record everything, and I just talk whenever I need. And I'm not good at I'm good at listening, but like I'm not good at like communicate okay, so other than medical stuff, other than that. And when I started this business like for a year, I think I improved a lot in my communication skills. I become like more outgoing. And the day I talked to Zain about like a communication skill, I think it's very fun because like people have this like prejudice on network marketing. So when I talk to people and they ask like Veena, what are you doing at now? If I feel like he or she has this like prejudice or everything, I'll just say, oh, I'm doing scam. So it's like I feel like it's really like fun when you just point out what they are worried about. You just point out, and it makes them feel like, oh, it's interesting and I want to know more, rather than you just, oh, actually I'm doing this product. It's like it's useless sometimes. So I think I have improved a lot in my communication skill.
Yeah, you speak very naturally now, so well done. I think you definitely don't look like you were someone perfectionist or introvert before. And also you point out something that is very interesting. And now I said that it's very interesting when you say people ask you, what do you do? And you're like, I sell scam. And then they're like, suddenly they go, what do you mean? And then you have a window now to go, this is what I mean. And it just like whoosh. So it's such a smart way of doing it. It's just like, oh my God, like you just point out exactly what people want to hear. And then all of a sudden they go, oh, wasn't expecting that as an answer. Their curiosity gets opened up. And now, guess what? Their mind have a space for something to input. And because you've triggered that curiosity, emotions come up. That's when people remember better on what are the things that you tell them, etc. So I just said to her, like, wow, that's such a smart way of doing it. I'm going to make a note. So when people ask me, what do I do? I'll say something ridiculous. And then when they say, what do you mean? And I go, right, yeah, that's what I mean. And it's just like, my mind just went, bing, great idea. You just point out the exact elephant in the room. You're like not hiding, not going to say things properly, not let them switch off. It's such a key, it's a small thing, but it's like a key skill in sales and marketing. So I find that really, really good. Oh,
Like-
we have a comment from Adit.
Yeah, thank you, Adit, for your comment. By the way, what you just said, Zain, as keeping it simple. I also thought today about keeping it simple when you do your business. So I was thinking like about my conversations with my potential clients, and very often I'm going. So they ask me like, so what do you do to like help clients like myself? And very often I go on explaining things like, we do this to achieve this. And what if I just tell them like, we create great content, we create effective ads to make a sale to sell your products, and maybe I should be more straightforward instead of trying to convince them that I actually make great content. Just say I do great content, and that's it. Maybe sometimes the key is in simplicity.
Yeah.
And honesty as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
because nowadays youngsters are very open as well. They don't need to like maybe people have like bad impression because you like making like ambush and like creating an opportunities like to tell them something. But actually nowadays we are like very open to new things. So why not just straight away? You just tell them what you do. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and our Adit is one of the first guests that we interview, and then he said that we keep dropping gems, and passion motivates, where all of the is sales, sleep, nutrition, drama, clients, and all that stuff. So absolutely, it's like that's the whole point of starting it. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be challenging. I certainly find that myself. Like I myself has gone through a journey like that. It's hard. And I stopped doing it. I procrastinate for not 5 years. I was going to say 5 years. That's too long. For 2 months, and I start again, and then get beaten down. It's like it's just a constant cycle. So, but the only way that you can move forward is like you need to have that passion. You need to have that thing that I just read this in motivation theory, it's like you have to have something that feels like you're pulling you. If you push, if you feel like you're constantly pushing, you're going to tire out at some day. But if you feel like you're being pulled towards something, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, I have to do this because you're feeling pulled to do something. And that psychology, that shift is what gonna get you through all the tough challenges, the tough times, the lack of sleep, the rejections, the failures, the everything. So good. Obviously we have one last question to ask, Dan, but before we go there, do you have any other things that you wanted to ask actually that might not be on our script that you can
No,
ask?
I just wanted to ask the final question, but
Cool.
I think you should do it as Veena is your guest, so you should do the honors.
I don't mind actually. But what I will say is, before we ask the very last question, if you enjoy this episode, we're going to ask Veena for her one piece of advice if you're just about thinking about starting her business. So I'm sure she will drop some gem. But if you enjoy this episode, make sure you hit that subscribe and like if you enjoy it. But more importantly, is that, you know, come speak with us on Instagram, you know, follow us, and we're more than happy to have a chat. Like Dan said in the beginning, we want to be able to help people who are just starting out, just like a window for us to talk about opportunities, talk about challenges, about bringing people together. We're all young people. It's like we should come together and support each other. But also we want to make sure we give Veena a little shout out as well. So connect with her on Instagram at Veena_Jiawen. Because if you're someone who really cares about your own health, you know, you care about having a great lifestyle, and you care about it being done in a scientifically proven way, I trust her so much that I would say just go speak with her. She is a profession. She knows inside out. She studies this shit. Okay, so it's not like she's just trying to sell you something. Where did it come from? She looks at the science, and she combines her profession to give you what you need and not just sell you things for the sake of selling. So for me, that integrity and honesty is the most important thing. So connect with her on there, and I'll hand it over to you. So what is one piece of advice for want-to-be or early entrepreneurs or people who want to start their business?
So if you are an early entrepreneur or you want to be, so I would say that just do it, because never try, never know. And I would say it's never too young to start an empire, and it's never too old to chase a new dream. That's it. Thank you.
That was really great. That was really great. I really liked what you just said.
Mic drop. Freaking mic drop. Okay. As you said, if you enjoy, give us a like and subscribe. And if you care about your own health, the lifestyle, you want to leave something, or it might be some interest that you want to get into this business, you want to understand a bit more, I'm sure that reach out to her. She'll be more than happy to talk to you about a lot of the details. I did pull this out. Is this the website for the UK one?
Yes.
Yeah, so you know, go check it out, guys. Like, but if you have any questions, I'm sure she'll be more than happy to share details with you. Last but not least, follow us on freaking Instagram. Okay, we'll leave it there, and we hope you enjoyed today's episode. We talk about how do you turn your passion into something that can really make you money, and in Veena's case, she actually managed to. She can work from anywhere she wants, basically. So. Cool. We'll leave it there. And thank you, everyone. See you next week. Same time, same place. And have fun. Go build that business. See ya.
Bye.